How to deal with the doubters and the haters. So I got a great comment that came in from one of my newsletter readers, love you guys, a DT, who wrote in to say, how do you deal with the doubters and haters? How do you keep your self-esteem high despite all the criticism? This is a great question to DT, and I call these people the little man. You know, the people who don't believe in your idea, who just tell you all the reasons why something's not going to work and try to tear you down. The fact is, everybody has the little man in their life. Everybody has it. And when you're trying to chase your dream, when you're trying to do something big, you're trying to do something important, you're trying to do something that maybe nobody in your family has ever done before, it's outside the norm, then at the start, you're not going to have all the answers, right? It's a dream. You're trying to figure it out. You're making corrections as you go, but it's not going to be perfect. You're going to make mistakes. There's going to be holes in your plan. And the little man is a person who sees all those holes, all those things that you don't have the knowledge of yet, and tells you, well, here's all the reasons why it's not going to work out. Where your real friends are the people who will see those holes and give you support, either in a form of a solution. Here's what you can do, here's a problem you're going to face, and here's how you can handle it. Or just boosting your confidence, saying, I believe in you. It's going to work out. You can do this. They don't have to agree with you, okay? They don't have to necessarily think that even what you're doing is right. But if it's your dream and you want to see this thing through, then your real friends would be the people who support you no matter what. Now, it can be hard to eliminate the people in your life who don't support you, because sometimes they're really close. But strategy number one is say goodbye to the little man. Now, if it's somebody who's not that close to you, it's easy, right? To stop talking to somebody who's an acquaintance is easy. What do you do when it's somebody closer to you? So I want to share two examples from my story. The first is, there's a company I work with. It's run by two people, business partners, and one guy is the little man. And this is how I came up with the name Little Man. And I showed him some of my stuff, and he's hating on it, and he's hurling insults at me, and not telling me how to make it better. And it got to the point where, like, this guy, the emails going back, and this guy's just a drain. He's a drain on my life force, and I can't be around him anymore. Now, his business partner, I love. He does great by me. He's an awesome individual. If he was stuck in a problem and he said, Evan, I really need your help, I would hop on a plane and fly to him to help him out. But I have no time for his business partner. And I've eliminated him from my life. And I'm much happier and able to do much greater things without him being a part of what I do. Another example is even more personal. There's somebody in my extended family who is a little man. Everything she's complaining about is negative, is another drain on you, and doesn't support anything that you do. And became vicious and personal and degrading and doing things that I would, never imagine people doing to other people, especially in your family. And so I decided to eliminate her from my day-to-day life. And I haven't seen her in years. And again, I've been able to, I have much higher self-confidence and self-esteem because I'm not around negative people. And that may be hard for you, especially if they're close family. If it's your parents, how do you tell your parents, I'm not talking to you because you don't support my dream? And I think it's important to try to explain how important this is for you, that this is your life, that you're trying to do something to change the world, to make it better. This is really important to you and you really want their support. Because you can't do great things if the people around you are just trying to tear you down. So if you can't eliminate somebody from your life, which is the ideal scenario, then at least limit your exposure. On top of that, you want to create an environment that supports you. That's number two. Create an environment that supports you. You want to create a routine. You want to be surrounded by people who build you up. You want to consume stories and media and information that build you up, that give you ideas, that give you energy. It's hard enough to follow your dreams when you have great people around you. Forget about when you have people trying to tear you down around you, but you want to still have an environment as much as possible that builds you up. So think about who your friends are. Think about the people who you hang out with. Do they help build you up? Think about the books that you read, the TV shows that you watch, the videos that you consume, the newspapers or websites or whatever it is that you read. Are you surrounded by things that build you up, that give you energy, that give you creativity. If not, then change your surroundings. This is entirely in your control. You can create whatever world you want. Your daily routine, what's the first thing that you do when you wake up every day? How do you spend that first hour of your day? Is it doing something that supports you, that builds you up, that gives you momentum, that gives you energy? Or is it something that is just average? Because again, if you're just being average, you're not going to be able to do something great. So create that environment. Think about who your friends are. Think about the music you listen to, the books you read, the shows you watch. Stop wasting time on Facebook and stupid YouTube videos and start consuming stuff that builds you up, that makes you a better entrepreneur, that gives you the confidence to say, I can do this. One of the things that helped me the most was reading stories of famous entrepreneurs. Famous, successful entrepreneurs, you look at how they got started and it was with nothing. Most of them with nothing. They didn't have family background. They didn't have an angel investor or venture capitalist dumping millions into them. They started with nothing. They're often poor, broke, and ran out of money, but they believed in themselves. They had people around them who tried to tear them down, tell them why it's not going to work out, but they believed in themselves. And reading those stories makes me feel like I could do the same thing. Right? Walt Disney had to go through all of that crap in his life to become successful. I could do the same thing. You could be the next Walt Disney. But you have to create that routine and that environment that builds you up and ignore the little man. Believe. For those of you watching, like the video, support me by clicking on the link in the description. Leave a comment, let me know what you think, and click on my face, subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much. I'll see you soon.